No surprises. Eels, Warriors.
Mm.
And what? Warriors are, I think, 15 and a half point underdogs against the Eels. Actually, it's moved to 16 and a half.
Yeah.
16 and a half point underdogs. I'll give you the tip. I think the Irish in the second test were 16 and a half point underdogs when the markets opened, and they turned the tables on the All Blacks. Surly, surely the Warriors, the Warriors can't win this match, but surely they can keep it close. Surely they could keep it closer than 16 and a half points.
Well, I don't think you're going to like my answer because I definitely think we'll win. Unfortunately, we've been hit with the old virus, whether it be COVID or just sickness. So pretty big losses there in Dallin and Volkman. That right edge makes me a touch nervous, but in saying that, Ed Cossey's been ripping up for the Dolphins. So hopefully he's got a bit of confidence under his belt and he can bring that back in. But look, while she's back, Tohu in at prop, Jazz back at lock. I don't think Junior Paulo will back up. Surely he's been named, but if you're starting an Origin game at prop 2 days later, it might be a pretty tough ask to back up. And I think the most positive thing is Para won on the weekend, so that means they're due a loss, and it'll come at the hands of the Warriors. I noticed as well, Warriors to score is only 12 and a half points total, which is complete disrespect. So look, there's plenty of big money to be won from this game, and I'll be happy to take it. I'm going the Mighty Warriors.
Yeah.
I get the feeling I already know what Surly's total bet will be for this weekend.
Yeah, I just gave it away at juicy odds too. $1.95. Crazy.
Statman, you're going to tell us why the Eels are a very, very good bet, surely.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The 16 and a half for the Warriors is a great bet. The Eels have won 5 of the last 7 against the Warriors, but out of the 5 games, the Eels have won 4 out of 5 games this year at CommBank. The only one they lost to was the Tigers by a point. But in 3 of those 4 wins, they won 1-12. And they come against the Titans and teams like that. So I think for the Warriors, I like this lineup. And I know we've got a couple out, but like Surly just said, Para don't like winning back-to-back. This is a bit unorthodox for Parramatta to be in this position, and I'm looking towards the 3 out of 4 wins at CommBank this year by only 1-12 points, and Titans being one of those teams and a lot of other teams. I'm still tipping the Eels, but maybe by about 4 points. I'm definitely going Eels 1-12 in that one. And I think the 16 and a half at $1.90 is an absolute steal for the Warriors.
The Eels have very much been an up and down team this season, as Surly pointed out. They get smashed by the Cowboys in Darwin. Then they go to Bluebet Stadium and beat the Panthers. They lose to the Roosters. They only just get past the Sea Eagles and the Raiders. Then they get smashed by the Dogs. It's a team that's very, very hard to follow. And as you mentioned, they lost by 1 to the Tigers at home, at CommBank. They've lost to the Dogs. They lost to a number of teams who are outside the top 8, which is pretty good news for the Warriors because that's where they sit right now, outside the top 8. So maybe Surly, I don't know if I can go the whole 100% with Surly and say the Warriors are going to win, but I certainly think that 16 and a half points just looks a wee bit too much for the Eels to cover.
Well, I do remember the last time I was actually a part of the Warriors and I played this game the last time we played at CommBank Stadium, and I think Surly might remember the forward pass that we ended up getting an apology for and got beat by 2 points and they scored. And look, that still haunts us because could have been season changing there, but it's always close there. CommBank's a close game.